Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We got Coach Mike here. He is alive. It's been a little while, so thanks for coming back and checking out some videos. Hopefully you've been enjoying some Battlecade stuff. Hopefully we'll get Coach Mike into the Battlecade pretty soon here.
Very soon.
Yeah. Also, so the question was solved for us, actually, by the universe.
Yes.
I told you already. I was at the store the other day and they had NFL Blitz there. So it's in the Battlecade now.
Yep,
So,
there we go.
So problem solved. Maybe NBA Jam in the future. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the idea of, it's a really simple concept of freezing your opponent's, their balance so that you can then off-balance them and take advantage. So for example, if I'm trying to get pull guard, for example, like, and Mike, you have to forgive me, obviously we're going to kind of give people tips on how to pull guard.
I'll try to manage.
Okay. So it's not okay to pull guard. First, let's start by saying that it's not okay. But if you feel like you need to, for whatever reason, so we're hand fighting. If I want to first look for some kind of like head position here, then I'm going to get close enough to get maybe this overhook or his one of these hands or something, so that I have this kind of this connection. Now the connection here is that I'm pulling with one of these grips while my head is up into his head or up into his neck or something like that. So now that I have this good grip on him, I can start to pull him, and now he's probably going to start to like resist me, right? So as soon as I start pulling like this, then he's frozen in this position. He's basically, for a second, he'll be frozen. So as soon as I feel him freeze like that, then I can start to move again and get into a position where I can start to do something. And if he's already frozen like there, and I block one of his posts, I can then pull here and get some advantage. Pretty simple concept. You can use it for a bunch of stuff. Like I could take his back maybe right there. You know, we're here. I get him to freeze for a second, and then I come around here. And because he is pulled back like this, he can't adjust fast enough to stop me from doing what I want to do. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's like, a core thing that you should be looking to do with your techniques, right? It's like freeze your opponents, because it gives you the advantage of initiation, and it gives you like a read on what's open, and it's definitely the biggest thing it probably does is it slows down their ability to react to that next thing.
Yeah.
One example that like where I use a lot of freezing, I can freeze you without touching. You know what I mean? So one thing that like I will use a lot, and a lot of wrestlers use for freezing, is just a level change, like a feint. So when I'm here and I take my feint shot, right? A lot of times you'll see like the opponent like prepare themselves to defend, and then it puts themselves in a position that they otherwise wouldn't want to be standing in, right? Because they bring themselves back to this defensive position, and there goes that brief moment in which you have them out of position without even touching them because you were able to freeze their spot.
Right. And hopefully this will help some people get away from the, I know it's taught, like we'll teach to, if you're going to pull guard, you get like some kind of grip and then you put this foot up here. I mean, people try to do that to me all the time, and it almost never works that way. I mean, it can sort of work that way depending on the situation, but just trying to throw that up, like as a move or whatever, it doesn't really work. So like, what is he going to do? He's going to like knock my foot off or something. He's going to switch his hips so I can't get, whatever. So it's just like, that by itself is useful. If you add this to that, then I think it's going to be a lot more effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's it for that video. Thanks for coming by. Thanks to Coach Mike for being here. Check out all the online stuff. Go to radicaltrivia.com. All the store stuff is on there. We got all kinds of gear that's appropriate or inappropriate for whoever you might be. And we'll see you next time. And come down and train. Easier to sync if I have something to look at. You see the clap, like we need one of those clapboards. Yeah. We don't have to hire anyone. We can just get somebody. We'll do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll make them do it together. One holds the bottom, one holds the top.
They both have the headsets on too.
Yeah. They look like they would do that.
Absolutely.
They fit like the bill of like someone who would be doing that.
Yeah, like you should see them like carrying clipboards around.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, yeah. They like yeah. That's our calling.
Yeah. Anyway.